What's up, YouTube? I'm out here, getting my edge done, getting fresh. Got to stay fresh. But I got my boy TP right here, man. TP the Don, man. Me and TP, we be chopping it up. That's one of the reasons why I love coming down here, because we get to talk about like motivating one another. You know what I'm saying? So we talking about how he came from nothing to build himself up to what he is right now, and the self-discipline it took for him to get there. I wanted to ask him like a few questions right in front of y'all. Just let him know how you got to this place, TP. How important you think self-discipline is to achieve success in whatever you're doing in life. You just talk about how you done put in the hours. Let's talk about that a little bit.
I mean, execution, man. You can have dreams all you want in your life, but if you ain't willing to put in the work and execute, it'll never come to pass.
Facts.
So, I mean, it's all good. Like, it's important to know, like, you are as good as your intensity. And if you don't have much intensity to things that you're trying to accomplish, it'll never go far. It'll just be big in your head. So, you got to have intensity. You got to have follow through. You got to have discipline. You got to have consistency. Without that, you just dreaming and imagine. You got a bunch of imagination.
What you think? Was the most challenging thing for you on your path from coming from where you come from to where you are right now? What was the most challenging thing for you?
I had to learn things I didn't know, so it was just accepting where I was at. Like you can think you the greatest like rapper, you think you could the greatest hustler, all that. But it's like when you look yourself in the mirror, you gotta know exactly what you know and what you don't.
Right, and then you gotta humble yourself.
And then you gotta be humble to that. You can't be like, damn, I really ain't where I want to be, but it's a whole much more for me to do to get to where I'm trying to go. So I gotta basically change my way of thinking while I'm improving myself. I can't be so hard on myself that I'm looking at myself in a negative way, but I'm looking at myself as I'm willing to do the work and put in the sacrifices while I'm humble enough to know that I don't know it all.
Yeah, that's big. That right there is a big one because sometimes, especially for us as men, it can be hard to accept that I don't know. But I think being in a headspace when you know I don't know, it's a good place because at least now you can start to acquire the knowledge. Exactly. Take accountability. That's a big one right there.
That's
Take
the biggest.
Accountability and say it's on me and not blame nobody else.
That was the hardest part.
Right. Because you can easily blame your environment.
Yeah.
What my dad didn't do for me.
Yeah. Nobody want to invest in me. Nobody want this and that.
Nobody believe in my dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could be that. You could be a victim.
Right. But when...
But, you being the victim...
Ain't gonna take you, ain't
gonna
get you nowhere.
It's not gonna really get you far.
Facts.
The victim mindset is easy to play. It's hard to succeed when you're a victim.
Yeah. As a young man coming from your neighborhood, was it hard to leave that lifestyle behind? Was it hard to break away from that and say I'm gonna choose this path by myself?
No.
Or was it like, man, I'm done with this.
Let me tell you why it wasn't hard. Most of the time when you're in a neighborhood, you just become a product of your environment anyway. Right. It ain't like you like, oh, I want to be just like these niggas. No. The only reason why you like them is because you're around them. But if you travel and you see different stuff, that's not what you want to be anyway. So it's easy to get that up. Right. Because I always thought it was a joke anyway.
So you never identify with like, this is my block, this is my
hood. It's a form of mental health. Being honest with you. Like, if you look at your homies and they acting just like this nigga on a movie, right? It's something they emulated or something that movie did to them to make them want to I guess, submerge themselves in that character.
But what about the person who said, this is where I'm at, that's all I know?
Well, that's not all you know, it's all you're accepting. Because if you go to a neighborhood far away from your neighborhood, you're going to see different. Because it was nice areas where I'm from.
Okay.
So every hood, like even in Florida,
Right.
I know y'all could go downtown and see some
Right.
some nice shit. Go to the museum, go
Facts.
to the zoo.
Facts.
Yeah,
Go to the dealership.
you could go anywhere.
Go to the
and
Ferrari
see
dealership and
that
get
it
inspired.
ain't always the same. Your neighborhood is not the only thing. It was a guy that came. He was a dare cop when I think I was in 6th grade, and he said, "Your neighborhood and your street is a fishbowl." He said, "But the world is the ocean." And he said, "If you ain't trained yourself to swim in the ocean, you are just going to be swimming in a circle, and you're just going to identify with goldfish."
Mm.
But he said, if you open up your mind and understand that it's sharks, hammerheads, whales, and shit, you're gonna be swimming with them. So you can't be no goldfish.
But
You gotta be different. You gotta prepare yourself for the ocean. But if you only prepared yourself for that fishbowl, that's the only mentality you're gonna have.
So let me ask you this question then: how come that statement stayed with you, but some other homies didn't stay with them? Like, what was it about you?
Let me tell you why. You can see things and people based off of your way of receiving information. See, everybody don't receive information the same. Some people might take what somebody says and hold on to it for the rest of their life, and then some people might just say, "Ah, that nigga ain't talking about nothing."
Right.
So it's like their mind is not growing. My mind was always, I felt like I was ahead of my neighborhood.
Exactly.
Like it was older guys that I felt like I was more mature than. You know, so
that's powerful right there.
They just was older. That's when you learn the difference between age and wisdom.
Right.
A lot of niggas from my hood ain't had no wisdom. They was old as hell.
No, that statement you made when you said, you can just travel and see something different, even if it is 15 minutes away from where you at.
Yeah.
That's very powerful.
You don't even gotta be far.
It ain't gotta be far. I do believe that. I feel like that's one thing I love about being in America is that the wealth can be right next to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be in the hood in the project, but if you go 5 minutes over, it can be like wealth. It can be like you can live on the west side of Atlanta where it's real bad, and then you drive 10 minutes down the road. It's the luxurious car dealership.
But look at Morehouse.
Right.
Look at Spelman. Look at Clark.
Right.
All that shit in the hood. But these kids are coming here to get educated, to be scholars. So it's like that you in the hood, but you going to college and you're getting an education to get a good job.
Right.
So it's the hood is so close to success.
It's right there.
It's right there.
It's all about your perception.
It's all about your perception, how you receive it. So I always seen people that, you are what you want.
Yeah.
The niggas I grew up with, they still talk about gangbanging. And I be laughing like, bro, man, my nigga, let's talk about credit. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about, you know what I'm saying, investing in some businesses.
Facts. Take care of our health. Let's talk about something else. I understand that.
I know cats that done touched $1 million, right?
Uh-huh.
Maybe a few million with drugs. And they end up having the money under a mattress. And they don't want to share the money, or they don't want to invest in nothing that was real. And then they got caught with that money, and they never did nothing with it. They never did nothing with it because they was trying to hold it to themselves.
Right.
And it's like, you can make millions of dollars, but if you ain't got no plan and you ain't gonna do nothing with it, you just gonna go to jail. Trying to protect it. You feel me? And I see so many cats that they get close, but they don't make it all the way because they greedy.
They greedy, or they just also didn't have the knowledge how money works. Because I feel like that's something like a lot of us who grew up in those environments, we didn't have that because your mom just go to work and save money. We didn't really understand how money works, how to invest. Like, you go to the hood, like to some people, you talking about investing, like they don't.
So you know what the problem is in our community? We can't acknowledge another person's gift. See, me, I can see another man's gift and I know what it is. See, you're a talented artist. You bring people together. You are someone that's confident in yourself, right? I see that in you. I don't even got to be around you. Right. So if I was somebody that had money like that and I didn't understand it, I would come to somebody that I felt had more money knowledge than me. And I asked him some questions like, hey man, like, you know, what would you do with a $2 million, $3 million?
Right.
I'm like, man, I put that shit into an annuity, you know what I'm saying? Life insurance, IUL, what you call is getting 9% interest off the stock market. So the thing is, the reason why a lot of these people don't have the information is because they're not striving to get it.
Yeah.
And they're good with the information that they got. And they think that's enough.
Right.
That's why you.
There's a bigger
that's
world
why
out there.
you
There's
stuck.
sharks. There's sharks out there. You gotta go swim with the
Hammerheads,
sharks.
killer whales, sharks. My nigga, use a guppy. You a goldfish.
You think
you a goldfish in here.
Even though you got 2 million.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
Because making money is the easiest part, but keeping money is the hardest part.
Say that again for the people in the back.
Making money is the easy part, but keeping money is the hardest part.
Right.
Because you can make it, but what can you do to flip it and elevate it and make more off of the money?
Right.
Can you create a system that outlive your spending habits?
Yeah.
Can you create a system that outlive the demand of bills?
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? Like, because as long as you live, you're gonna have to pay a bill.
Facts.
For the rest of your life. So is your money gonna work for you, or you gonna work for your money?
Right. How important is being healthy overall, mental health, like being healthy overall? How important is that in connection to money? Because I feel like there's a connection between, you know, they say health is wealth, but I feel like I'm at a point in my life where I really start to understand what that means. How important is that to you in your life?
Man, I don't want $1 million, or I don't want to be rich and fat. I don't want to be rich and having heart problems. And,
right.
Like, can't even run and play with my son and not be goddamn out of breath. So health is very important to me because I want to live long.
Right. To add to what you just said, not even when you get the money and having $1 million and being healthy, I feel like to even get you to that, to being able to hustle or being able to manifest the money, I feel like your energy, your health, the way you are, the way you take care of yourself is very important also. Because, you know, as we all know, coming from where we come from, where we want to go, it's a journey, man. And if you want to race, like Mr. say, it's a marathon. It's not a race. You gotta be healthy, man. You gotta be on your health. You gotta stay on it, because I feel like there's a connection on how healthy you are, and you making money. There's a connection to it. So, hey man, it's the one and only Jip, the blood, the Haitian God. Where can they check you out, man?
You can follow me on Instagram, TPZ12. Also, you can check me out on Manifest Your Life podcast every Wednesday. And, you know, come pull up at the shop. You trying to get fresh, you know what I mean? You trying to get healthy. We sell the vitamins, the minerals. We sell the sea moss smoothies. Come check us out, 2115 Piedmont Road, Northeast Atlanta, Georgia.
The Haitian God, Jeff the Blum, Mr. International Superstar. I just got my cut by the one and only TP the Don. By the way, TP the Don, he made music too. Y'all check him out. He just dropped a project right now, and he working on a new project. You know, stay connected in the city. We're here. You see the drip. Now I look like I'm about to hit the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir, fresh.
When you want to get clean, this is who you come see, man. TP the Don, man. You know where we at. The Haitian God, Jeff the Blum, Mr. International Superstar. New song out right now. Go check it out. Hosanna, #1 song in the world. Let's go.